What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Chuck Play Sonic Unleashed Part 2. We are now going to begin, let's see, which level is it? Okay. Okay, Windmill Isle Act 2. So you can see, it'll give you, it'll show you kind of like a title card. It'll show the best time that you have, your high score, how many sun and moon medals you've collected. And you can play the stage. Now the number on it, I thought that meant the act. That actually means how many medals that you, or what medal level that you need. The more medals you collect, the higher the medal rank will go. And you can gain access to different levels and different acts by collecting sun and moon medals. Well, yeah, I am a little rusty at this game, but oh wait, there we go. But you can tell what you need just by looking at the number on the level entrance, or the title card, or no, I guess the light column, and it'll, or I guess what did I call it before? Oops. Oh, what do you call it? The light, whatever. But anyway, so you can see there are a lot of new and different things that you can do. You can see that you have the Sonic Boost. Oh, damn it. My bad. You have the Sonic Boost, which you activate by hitting the square button if you have enough ring energy. The way to collect ring energy is obviously by collecting rings and by also destroying enemies. You can see you can move left and right on these rails by hitting the L1 and R1 buttons. It's a lot more accurate than previous games. Now, if you notice what that black thing at the bottom, at the very edge of the ledge there, that was a record, or no, what did I call it for? A record for a record player, and that will let you listen to in-game music, as I said, I believe in part 1. Well, yeah, obviously. Let's see, okay, press the X button on the jump selector to jump up, or press square to jump right. Pressing the buttons shown on screen will take you on the recommended course. So, similar to recent Sonic games, or similar to every Sonic game, there is an upper and lower path. The higher path is faster, similar to the old style Sonic games, more so than some current Sonic games, or current 3D Sonic games, where it really didn't matter which path you took. You know, yes, there was a higher and faster path, but it really didn't affect your overall score if you didn't take it. Well, with this game, or at least through Sonic the Hedgehog's levels, it matters. You know, if there is a lower path that or a higher path that you can take, and you're trying to go after the S rank, definitely go after the higher paths if you can. You want to be very careful doing that. Sometimes there won't be any ground or grass for you to save yourself on, so you do want to be very careful. So you can see these are, oh crap, these are quick time events. We have to push the, damn it, we have to push the right buttons that pop, damn it, the right buttons that pop up on the screen, and you will then be, usually you'll go along a higher path that's faster and usually has a few medals along with it. So you can see the score that you gain for time, rings, speed, and enemy, and tricks. And you do gain a good amount of, let's see, I guess I'll put more of it in speed. But you have to gain a lot of score to actually be able to get the S ranks for this game. I really haven't done too much research on it just yet to see, you know, the right amount that you need. But you do have to go be pretty fast if you're trying to get the S ranks with Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Werehog, however, it's a little bit easier to go after.
No luck finding anyone who knows me. Don't worry about it. Maybe your memory will come back on its own. Remember anything yet? Nope. Oh well. Sonic? Whoa. Mr. Monster Guy is back. So when the sun goes down, I turn into this? Are you okay, Sonic? I'm fine. I just need to be careful who sees me like this. Sonic! Sonic, look! What is it? Oh, it's hopeless! The whole planet is split apart! We're doomed! Mister? Hey, mister! Hey, don't cry. Ice cream. How about some more of this super tasty stuff? What good is ice cream at a time like this? Sonic, your arm just stretched. Weird. But it could be useful.
So why he's crying, it's a story element that I won't spoil just yet. The game will explain it in bigger and greater detail later. However, I will talk to him just to show you. The planet's broken. It's all over. There's no point in making ice cream anymore. You can see those purple kind of smoke rising off of his head, and you could hear kind of a tone appear when you was talking while you were talking to him. That means that well, I won't spoil it just now. So, you look well. You present quite a frightening. Not that it matters. With the world in a mess, the planet splitting, what really matters? Oh, who cares? So you can ask him, what's the matter? Are you alright? You've got that right. So we'll ask, what's the matter? Oh, nothing. That's just it. It just doesn't. It just does not matter. Okay, so ain't no use talking to other people. Once you talk to them once, you don't have to worry about talking to them anymore. The controls for Sonic the Werehog is square to punch, triangle to do, well, square to like slash, triangle to punch, R2 to go faster. Well, I guess that'll explain more about the moves later on, but those are just the moves that you can use here, and they're useful. That R1, being able to hold that down and make Sonic go a lot faster, that's definitely useful and something you want to use early on. They do tell you while I believe you are playing through the level here, but it's just easier. It's better to learn it pretty early on if you can. So you can see our first nighttime level has opened up, and we can also get back off in here where we couldn't before. Let's see. Okay. Well, I guess we can't get up there just yet. Now, let's see, move-wise. Sonic the Werehog does have a double jump that you can use, which is... Oh. Okay. Alright, so, if you saw that green target marker, stage clear, use the gramophone or audio system to listen to music. That's something that we'll get later, but that means you can grab onto ledges that look like this or objects that look like this. You can see the design on here, the blue with rectangles. and poles that are only. Oh, I guess we can't even get that. Okay, I guess we can't get back there just yet, but we will learn more about that once I get into the level. I just want to come over here, get these 2 items really quickly. Suburbs of Windmill Isle Day. Use the gramophone or the. I believe that's the hub world noise. Act 1 Windmill Isle. You can see there's 10 sun medals and 6 moon. As I was saying, there will be more moon medals in the daytime with a handful of sun medals, while at nighttime there's a lot more sun medals and a handful of moon medals. Well, I guess not a handful, it's only about 3 less moon medals than sun. And, okay, really quick, well, you saw the level, or the control. So it seems that Tails is actually being attacked by these monsters. I don't have their names just yet. I meant to look it up before starting this video, but just never got around to it. Your friend went off that way, Sonic. Quick, let's go after him. Let's see. You can punch by pressing this square or triangle button. You can even break stuff, so I guess that is a punch, but it's more like a slash, really. Alright, so there are combos you can do by either hitting the same buttons, like hitting square repeatedly will make you do those 3 combos that I just did. See that bright hazy stuff that comes out of the enemies you beat? I call it Dark Gaia Force. Gathering it fills up your unleashed gauge. Once it's filled, you can press R1 to go all crazy powered up, which is similar to the Chaos boost gauge that we had with Shadow and Sonic 06. Press the X button, jump, press it again in midair, you'll do a double jump. So, and it does pay to destroy things. You don't gain any score for it, but you will gain the Dark Gaia Force, which will help you out. Now, you know, of course, you don't want to mess around too much with destroying everything, but it doesn't hurt to go after everything that you can. So, you can see all of that is by pushing the square button. And you can see if you this isn't a too complicated list of things you can do just yet, or of combos that you can do just yet. The further you go into the game and the more you level up, Sonic the Werehog, the more combos that you can unlock and do. Enemies drop yellow gem looking things when you beat them, right? Those are Chaos Orbs and they give you experience points. That means levels up Sonic. So if you want to get stronger, grab all the Chaos Orbs you can. And in big fights like that, it definitely doesn't hurt to go after things like that. So always look in those these closed doors so that you can break. There's usually something in there that you can find, whether it be some rings, some enemies, or just a maybe you could reach that ledge and climb up with the circle button. Like a sun or moon medal or just another collectible that you can find. I guess gathering rings heals you, huh, Sonic? Better grab a lot. I was about to actually start mentioning that really quickly here. Hold R2 or L1, or R2 or L2 and hit the left stick, or tilt the left stick to dash in that direction. So that's what I was talking about. You can see Sonic the Werehog has a health bar rather than lose rings when he gets hit. That I believe is the first time. No, I guess the first time there was a health bar would be with Tails and Robotnik in Sonic Adventure 2. This is the first time, however, that Sonic has a health bar instead of rings to protect him. And it is pretty useful, and you can upgrade all of that, the Unleashed bar and your life bar. It's pretty easy to do. All you have to do is just put experience points towards it, which I will show off later. And you can see you can do these critical attacks to gain bonus points, which will help help towards the doesn't look like this door opens manually. Maybe there's a switch, which will help you get the S rank, because there will be. You can do this with any enemy that you find, except for I believe these little guys, but robots. Oh crap! I wasn't paying attention. The robots you'll have to fight the robots, and you can take those guys out. Any of the big guys, the Dark Gaia minions, which is what these monsters are called. Now, the only time you can actually do these critical attacks is once you have the mark above their head, and these chaos points will disappear after a while, so you do want to try to go after them pretty quickly, especially if you have a little group of those little guys. And once you defeat them, once they have that, damn it. Once you have the triangle, the arrow above their heads, that's when you can use the. Oh crap! About to die. You can use the boost, or no, the critical attack. Crap. You can see if you do fail the quick time event, though, you will get damaged, so you do want to be very careful while messing around with him. And there just becomes a point, especially if you're not good at these, or if you're about to die, it's just best if you go ahead and retreat and try to gain some rings. You can see instead of item boxes, you gain you just have individual gigantic rings. I just about messed it up. You can see, and you also do gain more chaos orbs if you do that as well. Try hitting the circle button mid jump to grab onto higher ledges, Sonic. Yeah, I'm not that good with quick time events, so that's why I was messing up pretty bad. But oh crap! Aha, okay, so that's why we have to activate the switch. Now to jump off of a ledge, what you have to do is wonder if throwing this lever does anything fun. Repeatedly press the circle button. What was I? I've lost my train of thought. Oh crap! Don't tell me it was important, and maybe it wasn't. Now, trying to get a medal like this is pretty hard. You can see the shadow does move. If you can get right underneath the shadow, you should be able to get it, but not necessarily. The quick time events is probably what I was going to just say that I'm pretty bad at them. And if you do have trouble with them, now you can't. There is no like upgrade for the. Well, I'm not going to waste time with it. I spent far too much time with it. But if you are bad with the quick time events, it's not going to kill you or kill your chances of. Oh wait. I'm sorry, I went through that a little bit too fast. I'll just I'll read it again. Press the circle button by a column to grab on Sonic. After that, you can use the left stick to move around on it. Line it up, then let go of the left stick and hit the X button to jump backwards. If you're feeling tricky, try pressing the circle button repeatedly to climb faster, which is pretty useful later on in the game. Some of these will, I believe, fall and start to collapse on different levels, so you do need to go along there pretty fast, and it just helps with trying to go after the time bonus and everything. Now that was to fill up your unleashed gauge, or maybe that was a life. Yeah, that might have filled up your life instead of your unleashed gauge, but so I will show off the unleashed gauge here. You can see the way you how hard you hit definitely increases, but you cannot. It doesn't seem to. The gauge doesn't seem to refill all that much, and you also run a lot faster. Normally, just normally running, and also dodge quickly when guarding by moving the left stick and hitting the X button. Learn to use quick movements to evade enemies. Well, it wasn't too useful. You can block with the L1O, but watch out for the blue guard points in the lower left. If they run out, you won't be able to block anymore. well, if this does happen, you know, you can grab them, you can pick them up and throw them. It's not that useful, and you won't gain the bonus for killing them for doing a critical attack. So you do want to be careful when using it. Sometimes you will just grab onto the enemy instead of going into a critical attack. But it's just you do have to be careful, you know, just try and time it a little bit better. Wait till the bar pops up immediately, or the target marker pops up immediately, rather than waiting to... I'll see if this is a life or a unleashed. I guess it is life because it's not filling up my unleashed gauge like I thought it would. Instead of... I'm gonna lost my train of thought again. Oh yeah, instead of doing it immediately once the target marker hits, pops up, wait maybe a half of a second, and then try to use it, because usually if you wait a second, it'll usually pop up. Now, I don't know if that was what kind of metal that was. I really wasn't paying attention. I didn't even notice there was one back there. So you want to be careful. You can pick up enemies by when you can throw them with the action buttons, square or triangle. It's not that useful, quite honestly, because the amount that it does damage-wise to the other enemies isn't worth the time that it takes to try and throw the enemies. Try to throw things at the enemies. You know, sometimes there will be aerial enemies that you just can't get easily. Now you can beat up enemies, like small enemies like this. You can throw them or hit them. You know, attack them on the ground, which is pretty useful, especially for small enemies like this, and certain enemies that you can't use the critical attack on. Now these, some enemies will dodge while you are punching them, which you do want to be careful. Now just to break out of something like that, just hit the triangle button. Now you do want to be careful if you are trying to go after the critical attack. You don't want to waste time, especially if there's bigger and more powerful enemies around. You know, if you die, you do lose your points and rings, so it's not worth it in the end to waste time trying to go after something like that. See, there isn't anything in there, but I believe you can open it by flipping a switch that's further up ahead. Press the start button to pause and select status to view the status screen. You can assign XP to various abilities at the support screen. You can do that while in level, which is pretty useful, but I don't normally. I would try to wait till at the end of the level. This path gets pretty narrow, huh? Be careful not to fall in, Sonic. So I didn't do a really good job of explaining there, but all you have to do is just walk slowly. As long as Sonic stays in the middle and isn't falling. If you go a lot faster than this, he will start to fall back and forth, and I can show that off later later on in this level and in a later level as well. But it's oh crap! Didn't need to activate them just yet. But it is pretty. Wait. Oh yeah, it's going across those paths like that is pretty difficult, so you do want to be careful. You can see those little flying enemies. They do take a while, especially these red ones. These red ones are stronger versions of the blue ones, and they do hurt for a lot more. But you can see throwing these little flying creatures at each other kills them a lot quicker than just trying to fight them by themselves. And the stronger you get, the quicker you can kill them. They're pretty easy right now by themselves, but you know it doesn't hurt to try to go after as much as you can. Let's see if you gain. Sadly, you don't gain any points for rings. This isn't the first time that has not happened in a Sonic game either. Well, Actually, it may. This may be actually the first Sonic game where you don't gain points for rings. Oh well. To go through like a pile of enemies like this, you want to try and kill, use your Unleashed if you have it, but just watch destroying some of these enemies, because you can kill them pretty quickly, and you don't want to run out of, miss your chance to do a critical attack. Crap. I missed that one. Just remember to try to go after the Chaos Experience. It doesn't go away as quickly as it could have, as they could have made it go away, but you still want to be careful. Now this is like a fire shield, I believe, some sort of shield, and it doesn't let them do as much damage to you as they could. Crap. Alright, so in a case like this, you can see some enemies will actually regain their life. Damn. Hit the square button. Okay, just kill it. Someone like this, he will give us a pretty good amount of Chaos Experience and points for killing him with a critical attack, but if you are having trouble with it, and I am taking too long, you just want to go ahead and kill him and get it over with. You can see these kind of like gems. You need to set them on these two. This pedestal looks like it's supposed to have something on it, huh? So you can see you have to set the red one with the red one, and what looks to be green with the green one. There should be something up here, a moon medal or something. Yeah. This one's pretty hard to go after. You have to actually get a box that is further. You can, I guess you can grab this box and let's see, set it down right here with the circle button. You don't want to throw it, because if you use the square button, you will throw it. But that's the only way you can get that moon medal up there. You may want to try that as well with that floating platform that. Oh, there's a robot. Okay. With the floating platform with the moon medal above it. I believe it's an egg fighter. No, don't want to do that. Yeah, you can see. Have to wait for it to. Then just sometimes the stance of the enemy will not allow you to perform a critical attack, and I believe it may also be tied to whether you can, how close you are to the enemy, because obviously, the closer you are to it, the better of, the higher chances of trying to do something like that would be. Now the combo list isn't too bad. It's actually pretty good for how early on in the game. I just don't know every combo attack. I'm usually I go after the same attacks most of the time. I won't. We don't want to use that just yet. We want to, in an area like this, because sometimes you won't be able to revisit previous areas. You want to try to clear out areas like this. Time bonus isn't that big of a deal. Of course, you don't want to make a level take too awful long, but it's not going to kill you if you do. It's not going to absolutely ensure that you don't get a S rank just because you took 20 minutes at a level. And a lot of the times you will have to take close to 20, over 20, close to 30 minutes at some of the later levels. Excuse me a second. Alright, sorry about that. Anyway, let's see, when we're not done just yet with the level. I know I'm taking way too long. Monster, I think you can circle around the back and get him. Now you can either pick him up from the rear, or you can perform a critical attack. And you can also see it. Oh, really? That sucks. Okay, so this is where I can show off what will happen. We're so high up. Whoa. Better take this one slow and careful. Now you saw Sonic did fall. That was because I was too close to the side, and two, I was going a little bit faster than I should have. It does take precision to be able to get used to it, and if you can learn how to not fall off here, that will help you out later on in the game. You can keep yourself righted and upright while trying to go through sections like this. For here, you want to push back on the stick to fall down and try to grab onto the ledge. As you can see, we can't get back through there, so that's what we have to do. And just get close to the wall and just fall off. But be careful, you don't want to go flying off of it. Just you want to take it slow and easy as much as possible, and try not to die. You just want to take all of these sections slow. And you can see you can go faster by pushing the stick in the right direction. In this case, push it right to go fast. You can see you can go slow and fast while going through here. Now, I would say sometimes you would want to go after that. Okay, there's a moon medal up on that upper path, but since there's a life, well, why not? I guess I can go along through here, collect that moon medal. It probably won't kill me. Here's hoping it won't. Okay, so these columns won't crumble, but this is a good area to try and practice on as well, because if you didn't notice, you do go pretty slowly while climbing up the columns normally. It's also just a good way to get up them pretty quickly. And you can see this robot has a shield. All you have to do is just punch him to make him knock his shield away. It doesn't really affect him, or it doesn't affect what you do, whether they have a shield or not. No, I hit the wrong button. I expected it to be circle instead of X. Alright, so it does seem how close you are to the enemy matters, and whether you're going to be able to perform a critical attack or not. I'm taking way too long with this. I may have to cut these, not cut these videos up, but wait to do a level like this until after, oh, damn, okay. You want to use, you can pretty much look at him as a Titan, and you want to use your Unleash here. Now you can see there was several buffs that you got at the beginning of this fight. Now, if you want to use a critical attack against these Titans, that will definitely help you out a lot. It'll give you a lot of score, but it's also very hard to do. And you can see they do hurt for a lot. And if you do get knocked down, you will have to get up. And he will also attack the weaker, smaller enemies, which is pretty useful. But you can kind of tell when he's going to attack just by looking at him. You see him jump, and then the shockwave comes out. Alright, so these require a lot more to take these Titans out, but it's definitely pretty useful. So in this case, what you want to do is to run around, to make sure there is no sun or moon medals. You want to go after all of the chaos orbs. You can see that the bigger ones do give you a lot more in them, obviously. And killing those Titans like that will gain you a lot of points, as well as a lot of chaos experience, which is always useful. Now, I would say try to get over 300,000. Those are art books. Those books, a volume containing illustrations and the like. You need to buy a bookshelf to view its contents. I got 2 books there: record, opening movie, first half. And now I can upgrade whatever I want to. Personally, I focus on strength first, get it up to about level 3, and then I focus on life, because trying to go after the let's see, what does combat do? And try to focus on combat as well. I learned a new skill. Okay, so that's how you gain combos through the combat. But And you can just kind of dump a lot of points into combat until you get up to level 5, then that's when it starts taking 2. And then you want to focus on strength, you know, because obviously you're going to need to get your strength up. And because I gain trophies, you gain trophies for different things. I haven't shown the trophy list off yet. I guess I could after this cutscene. But yeah, just try to get over 300,000. You know, it's pretty easy to do, especially if you get more critical attacks.
What are you doing out here?
Sonic, is that really you? That's a new look. What happened?
You know me. Never a dull moment. Want some chocolate?
Thanks. That's some story. I'll bet that means that you turning into that and the planet breaking apart are somehow related.
I need to find Eggman and make him fix this. And fast.
About that, I think I know someone who might know something about what's going on here.
Oh, really?
Professor Pickle over at Spagonia University. I came to this city to gather some data. If we add that to his research findings, we might be able to get to the bottom of all this.
Spagonia. That's a continent over. An easy jog if the planet weren't broken.
No problem. My Tornado 1 will get us there in a flash. Let's get going.
Leave it to you, Tails. Let's get moving.
Alright, so if you notice, as many medals and things that I collected and as much that I went and poked around in different things, you can see how the time bonus does not play into effect at all with Sonic the Werehog. All that matters is ring score and how much score you get for beating up enemies. The more critical attacks you can get, the higher your chance of getting S ranks. And it actually does... Oh, crap. Do I really have to do this now? No, I'm going to have to pause it. I can't... I'm going to have to pause it once I get to the start of this. Because I can't finish this right now. Well, Sonic, well, not too shabby. The professor's just a hop and a skip with... What's that approaching? Excuse me a second.
Here comes the ride. I've got this one, Sonic. Tornado.
Alright, so, but it does play a big role into trying to get the S rank is by how many critical attacks you can get. If you go through an entire level and don't get any critical attacks, your chances of getting the S rank are a lot lower than if you got maybe 5 or 6 critical attacks, depending on the size of the enemy. You know, some of those Egg Fighters gave me 6,500. Some of those Dark Gaia minions gave me 6,000. The Titan at the end definitely helped, but if you haven't done a lot, if you get to the last battle area and you haven't done a lot of critical attacks, there is no way that you can get critical attacks against all of those Dark Gaia minions, the bigger ones, because of the Titan continuously using his attack and 1, attacking you and hurting you, and 2, killing the enemies around you. So you want to try to do it later on or earlier on in the level. But anyway, like I said, I'm going to show off the trophy list really quickly. Sonic Unleashed here. Let's see the trophies that I've gained. Creature of the Night achieved an S rank with Sonic the Werehog for the first time, and Basher have attained combat level 5, have attained combat level 10, 15, and 20. So those, if you want to try to go after the trophies, focus on the combat level. But anyway, I thank you for watching. The challenge of the video is how many Dark Gaia minions and, or no, I guess, yeah, how many Dark Gaia minions did I destroy in Windmill Isle Zone? Thank you for watching. Until next time.